Hello and welcome to Spotlight on Westminster. This is DevComms' monthly video where we provide an update on everything that Thames Valley's MPs have been up to over the past 4 weeks. The Sunday Times reported earlier this summer that Dominic Cummings had been pivotal in working with Robert Jenrick to design the proposed planning reforms, after supposedly saying he would take an axe to the planning system. In a week when Dominic Cummings was shunted out of number 10 and the government is reportedly aiming to revise its proposals for the new standard method, you may well therefore wonder whether these two incidents are linked and whether it was pressure from the Conservative shires that eventually caused the government to crack. And we've certainly seen an impressive cast of Conservative MPs from the Thames Valley turning out to publicly criticise the proposals, including Theresa May in Maidenhead, John Redwood in Wokingham and James Sunderland in Bracknell, amongst others. Much of the criticism from Theresa May and John Redwood in particular has been linked to the purported chasm between the government's vaunted levelling up agenda and the policy implications of the proposed new standard method. John Redwood has continued this trope over recent weeks, suggesting that the best way to level up the country would actually be for the government to encourage the private sector to undertake the transformational work needed in town and city centres. He believes this could be achieved by making it easier for building owners to change the use of their property or to redevelop their sites. We have, however, seen one local MP, John Howell, Conservative Henley, defending the proposed planning reforms. He said that the planning system needs radical reform and that the current system offers no vision for the future. His defence of house building has perhaps been most stark in relation to Chalgrove Airfield. After receiving a joint letter from 23 parishes objecting to the plans, he questioned where this housing could realistically go, if not at Chalgrove, and stated that the land and the houses are required to give people the chance of owning a home. On the perpetual subject of HS2, Cheryl Gillan, Chesham and Amersham Conservative, has been publicly thanked for asking 400 questions of Transport Ministers, and Rob Butler, Aylesbury Conservative, met with Dr Elaine King, Chief Executive of the Chilterns AONB, to discuss the impact of HS2 on the Chilterns. At the Department for Transport Question Time on the 22nd of October, Greg Smith called for real consequences for HS2 Limited if they do not keep to their promise of being good neighbours. And on the subject of being good neighbours, Victoria Prentice, the Conservative MP for Banbury, has been publicising the large number of constituents around Hayford Park who've raised concerns about traffic pressures. She's promised to take these concerns to Cherwell District Council to find a workable solution. And finally, David Johnston, Conservative MP for Wantage, made headlines last week when he held a debate in Parliament calling for urgent improvements to the A34 and the A420. Now, this follows a long-standing campaign by residents in Oxfordshire and West Berkshire who've raised concerns about perceived safety issues on these roads.